Of course, we have criteria for these two aspects. The question of the gospel that Jesus said and preached, and that of which he is the author and executor as the Messiah, and that other side, the origin and author of the political religious system. So the conclusion we reach from what we've been investigating and finding is that this system works with objectives and purposes. Politicians and religious leaders who are not guided by Christ, that there is no essence there, no quotes, no organization, no theological planning that was seen in Christ and was obviously witnessed by him. So these contradictions, these misconceptions, both historically and in terms of intellectual orientation and planning, are in this political religious system. So this political pastor, this political ministry is a fact. He has nothing that characterizes Jesus. In fact, was as a person, work in ministry. So we always need to be dividing these aspects of what is biblical and what is heretical to make it clear how much authority we have in what we are arguing. Why are we mentioning politics? For the purpose of exposing her interference within the church. So our material doesn't preaches that we are doing politics by quoting politicians or wanting to work on exactly this politics that penetrates the church. It's a fact. It's the ignorance of those who are doing this. Then show our material some quotes, some content that had this norm of guiding and encouraging people to be on one political side in order to destroy the other political side, or that believe that there is something good within the state. We don't work with this request of being an influence on a political power. On the contrary, when it comes to the church, to the gospel of Christ, we are completely non-partisan and against politics of any kind. It's a fact.
I think we should first highlight what these objectives are. I think there are two main ones. First, we highlight the need for an exclusive church for Christ to be presented, and then we show the behavior of the evangelical movement and its leaders. So that's it. If we go identify whether this objective has been met. C. We had where these acts took place. In other words, the evangelical leadership using the name of Christ, behaving inappropriately, shaming his name, taking agendas that are not his. So the objective there has been fulfilled. In addition to our presence in these places, in other words, our concern is not only to identify that there is a breach that Jesus asked for, in other words, not just show the opposing demonstration, more show, especially the reasoning behind it. So, beyond our presence there, we were also there distributing material from the movement so that this content could be owned, of Christ's exclusivity in relation to that faith, so that this content would have been influential and available to the people who were there in the midst of these demonstrations.